What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back, and boy, I've got a line of cars out here, guys. I just got a new car, and some of you are going to say it's a little petty, but it's not the only reason I bought the car, okay? I said I was going to buy a newer generation Chevy Impala, the final generation of the Impala, and I did. I bought it, and part of the reason, a big part of the reason, was because this guy threatened to shoot me because I said that his family's Chevy Impala wasn't a luxury car. He got really mad, and there was no reason to be mad. We were having what I thought was a relatively friendly debate, and I told him, I said, I'm sorry, but an Impala is not a luxury car. And then he said, I'm going to shoot you. Okay, well, now I bought a Chevy Impala, and I'm going to look at it and show it to you guys, and I'm going to tell you how it's not a luxury car. But the other half of this story is I actually really love the Chevy Impala. It is not, in my opinion, a luxury car, but I do actually love the car. I've always wanted the last generation. I wanted an LTZ with a V6, obviously, and a sunroof and leather. Unfortunately, the price on these Impalas they're still pretty high. You can get into $15,000, $20,000. So I bought my Chevy Impala 2016 for $6,350. Yeah, like $6,300 for a 2016 Chevy Impala with a clean title that's supposed to run and drive. Other than that, I know nothing about it. I think it was either a trade-in or repossession. So real quick, as we work our way over to the Impala, this is a new arrival. This is my 2016 Ford Taurus. It is a police interceptor with the twin turbo 3.5 liter and all-wheel drive. This has become now my most favorite car. I love this car. There's my 21 Ram 3500 that's been sitting down here. I don't even drive it anymore. Over here, I don't even know, a 97, 98, 99 something Ford Crown Victoria police interceptor that has been parked for many, many years. Judging by the stickers, it looks like it was last registered in 2011. So yeah, it's been sitting like 12 years, and it's in pretty rough shape. I wish I knew the exact year on it though, but I don't. Oh, here it is right here. Let's just take a quick look. It's a 98. 98 Ford Crown Victoria police interceptor. And eventually we're going to get to this car, which is why it's on the trailer, because I do plan on getting to this and trying to get something done with it. Over here, we've got a 2009 Maserati Quattroporte S with the 4.7. Phenomenal car that I'm going to be ready to sell very, very soon. Next to that, we've got a 2010, I believe it's a 2010, Audi Q5. Yes, a Q5 that I picked up for $2,600, and supposedly something was wrong with it. I don't know, but it runs and drives absolutely fine, aside from saying that it's got low oil pressure. But I drove the thing 10 miles, and it's not ticking, it's not tapping, it's not knocking. I think the oil pressure sensor is just faulty on it. So $2,600. This, I finally have the title. In my hand, I have the title. I just haven't got around to actually selling it yet. But I have the title. The car's ready to go, other than cleaning it up and putting a couple badges on it. This is my, I don't know what year it is, 2013? 2014. I think it's a 2014 Kia Forte. And I paid, I don't know, $2,500 for it. Where did you come? You scared the living hell out of me, man. Oh my God. He scared the hell out of me. I'm literally walking. You don't know, out here in the country, man, there's all kinds of stuff that'll come up on you. That dog came out of nowhere and jumped on my back. Freaked me out. Here is my 2016 Chevy Impala. Yeah, I know you guys are, I'm kind of blown away too. $6,300. That is insanely cheap, especially for a clean title. This, I think it's a 2004. This is my Audi S4 with a V8 and all-wheel drive, convertible with a manual transmission. Another car that supposedly had engine problems. There's no engine problems, guys. I drove the hell out of it, and I only parked it because I've been driving my police car, and I love the police car. So this car is one that'll definitely be getting sold. We're gonna put that up for sale and let that one go. I still gotta clean it up and everything, just haven't gotten around to it. Then next to it, the, what is it, 2012 BMW X5 diesel. It's the X-Drive, 35D, I think is what it is. It needed an EGR cooler. Here you go. Put an EGR cooler in it for 300 bucks. And I paid, I don't know, 6 grand, maybe $6,600 or so out the door for this one. A bunch of really good deals is what I'm seeing here. But this is the subject of today's video. I'm gonna let that dog inside because it's super hot out here. And we're gonna let him inside and get some air conditioning and some water. That's not my dog, by the way. Don't think that I leave my dogs running around. I don't. Dogs out here just kind of do that, and they all gravitate to my house because I let them come inside. But as soon as I get back, we're gonna look at this very, very, very cheap 2016 Chevy Impala LT. But first, I forgot a couple cars. Sometimes I forget that I've got cars in the shop. This is my 2003 Chevy SSR that I got for 10 grand. 10 grand because it had internal engine noise, except it didn't have internal engine noise. It just needed a water pump and a few other miscellaneous parts that I went ahead and bought for it. This is my 2022 Harley Davidson Nightster, and this is another one of my pride and joys. This is my 1940 Chevy Master sedan, and it is a Series 85, I guess, complete restoration. This thing is, we're talking frame off. Everything's been modified. It's got a Mustang 2 front end, 4.9-inch rear end. It's got a crate, 410 horsepower, small block made by Edelbrock. It's got fuel injection by Edelbrock. It's got vintage AC. Like, this thing loaded to the gills. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to look at the Impala. So let's go take a look at it, shall we? This is interesting. 2016, yet it's got these kind of crappy keys that my 2013 Chevy Cruze had. Here's another thing I noticed. There's no remote start on an LT trim. That seems off to me, but anyway, maybe we'll go ahead and unlock it. It's going to be super hot. It is 104 degrees out here today, so it's a hot one. It's a hot one. Here it is. We're going to do a quick walk around of my 2016 Chevy Impala LT. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's a 1 LT, a 2 LT, a 3 LT. I did just find a screw sitting there. I'm sure it's for the license plate. The other one must have fallen off somewhere. Hell, it may have actually fallen down here. No, I don't see it. Gone. I don't know if it's a 1, 2, or a 3 LT. All I know is it's an LT. But here it is. It is a gorgeous blue color. I love this blue. I'm not a big fan of this chrome. You know, like, that's a little overboard, but it looks all right. It's got dark tinted windows, which I really, really like. As far as the body goes, aside from being dirty, it actually looks really, really good. What kind of tires? Do we have good tread? We've got decent tread. You probably got about 30%, 20 to 30% of the tire tread left. They are Grand Sport by, I don't know, Audrey. Audrey Grand Sports? I have no idea. Let's see this one. This one's down to about 20%. And it's Ardoyo. I don't know, man. I don't know. Here's something that I noticed in the pictures. You have some white paint, right? And there's more. White paint, white paint, white paint, white paint, white paint. This is not like deep into the bumper. This is actually on the surface. Look at this. See? I can get it with my fingernail. White paint. What the hell? Emotional damage. There's more up here too. More white paint. So that is going to be a theme with this car, unfortunately. It's got a few oopsies where, actually, no, that's on the surface. Never mind. That comes off. I thought that was damage. Not damage at all. That's like DEF fluid or something. Okay, now you've seen the body, and just take a look at this metallic blue. Oh my goodness, man. Are you kidding me? Absolutely beautiful. This is where things get, you know, less than good for me. It was either just a fresh trade-in or this is a repossession, okay? Ooh, woo, wow. That'll hit you like a ton of bricks. I bought this sight unseen, obviously. I had to have it transported here. It was from, I don't know, Maryland or Pennsylvania. I've been buying a lot of cars from the Northeast lately, and I've had great luck with them. But, wow, it smells like weed. You got you some Bojangles. Let's see. Oh, boy. I might actually eat some of that. No, absolutely not. Yeah, this is probably repossession, guys. You could see cigarette smoke. Actually, that's not, we both know that's not from cigarettes. That ain't from cigarettes. All right. Yeah, it's been smoked in a lot. This is one I'm going to have to put the ozone machine on for sure. You know what? Let's leave that open. And let's open up the other door too. And wait till I show you the trunk, guys. The trunk is great. And I know this because I've seen all the pictures. Okay, I looked at the pictures and I was like, you know what? What the hell? I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance on it. We'll let this cool off a little bit. There's a coffee and pardon tax. I don't know. This is disgusting. Look at this. Gooey, melted, nasty. Ugh. Here you go. Here's some grabba leaf. Not a clue, man. And then track phone. Okay, got anything in the glove box? Nothing. We've got a lot of change and melted goo in there. Same thing here. There's lots of tobacco and probably there's some other stuff in there too, I do believe. This I did not realize. Somebody had cut the seat. They cut the leather, and I'm assuming, just an assumption, spitballing here, guys, they probably cut the seat to stash something in there, you know what I mean? So they could sit there and, I mean, that's deep. You could put a number of things in there that would never be found, right? Yeah, this is a little on the rough side. Oh, boy, lots of spilt juices. Oh, that's going to be so much fun to clean. I'm so excited. Oh, Lord. Well, that's why they let it go so cheap. We haven't even driven it yet, guys. We haven't even driven it yet. Like I said, I'm kind of a, yeah, well, remember I said we were going to look at the trunk? Oh, what is that stench? Whew. Oh, wow. Oh, I can smell it over here. Are you kidding me? How was I not smelling that in the car? Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Well, I'm assuming the smell is old, dirty tennis shoes and some rotting food. There's something... What? I don't even know. I don't even know. The smell... Oh, God, what is that? I just got that all over me. I need gloves. Oh. Great. Great, great, great. Yeah, this is going to need a hell of a cleaning. The more I look at this car, the more I'm absolutely certain this is a repossession. Absolutely certain this is a repo. Again, someone was ashing all up in here, man, just making a huge mess of everything. The seat, you know, there's paint all over the seat. I don't even know if I can get that out. I have no idea how to get paint out of fake leather. It's a little cracked here. It's no big deal. I mean, it's got some miles on it. It's cracked here too, but again, no big deal. That is not cut though. This seat is not cut. You got a storage compartment there, and then we've got under the hood, we'll check and make sure it has the V6 because that was a big deal to me. I want the V6. So now you know why I got this car for so cheap, right? And again, I haven't driven it, so there could be more problems hiding that I'm not aware of. I absolutely don't know. There's no recourse on this. All right, it is what it is, and I now own it. So this should be fun. The good news is The car itself overall looks really good, I think. It's very disgusting. It's dirty. It needs to really be cleaned up. But I think that's something we can handle. And the best part is I didn't pay $15,000 to $20,000 for it, okay? I got it for $6,300. It's cheap. You guys want to know what the miles are on it? We'll take a quick peek. I don't know if this is push to start or not, but I'm gonna assume it's not. Nope, old school key. Fired right up. Oh, it's got a flat. Add air to tire. Let's turn that off. Let's make sure low. Please tell me the AC works, man. Is there an auto? Yeah, it's on auto and sync. There we go. Perfect. All right, now it doesn't have anything fancy. There's no heated steering wheel, at least not that I can see. I don't see anything for heated seats or anything like that either. I do wonder if there's anything hiding back here under the screen. Nope, there's not. The radio works. We're immediately greeted with a check engine light and a low tire light, but it runs absolutely great. It really does. So let's check a few things out before I add air to the tire. Important window, yes. Less important window, yes. And a back window, good as well. What about this window? Yes, so all the windows work. I'm telling you, as long as mechanically this car is in good condition, I think this was a steal of a deal. I don't mind cleaning up a dirty car. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal, getting the car cleaned up. It's filthy. We get it cleaned up, and this thing will be just almost as nice as any other Impala rolling around on the streets. So let's dismiss this add air to tire. It says it's the back left. 156,908 on the clock. So 157,000 miles is what we're looking at on this. All of your cruise control stuff is over here. Your trunk release is here. You've got your panel display, brightness and dim for right there. You've got your parking brake here, power locks there, mirrors, windows, and your mirror lockout right there. Of course, your shifter, traction control, all of your climate functions, and your center stack here, which is your media center. I don't know what all this has available. Hopefully it's got Sirius XM. Let's see what it says. It's got OnStar, which obviously is a good thing. Text, Pandora, settings, audio, phone, projection. So maybe this has Android Auto. Maybe it's wireless, but I wouldn't bet on it. Do we have anything else? Does this not have Sirius? Are you kidding? No Sirius XM. Surely that can't be right, man. Oh, I was looking at it. Yeah, there it is. Sirius XM, perfect. I was like, come on, man. And it sounds like it's on. Yeah, Sirius XM is on and it works. Now, I know you see that glowing check engine light there, right? We're gonna have to check that. But first, we got to put some air in the tire. Once we get air in the tire, we're gonna take it on a test drive. Let me adjust these mirrors. Guess what? The mirrors work too. Both of them. Very nice. What about the power seat? Does it work? Yes, it does. Power seat works as well. It's actually in a very comfortable seating position already. So we don't have any heads-up display, none of that fancy stuff. And next oil change, 9 of 23 at 157,000 miles. So it should just now be due for an oil change. So somebody was changing the oil. This is so far so good, and it's got almost half a tank of gas. What more do you want? This is, as I said before, not a luxury car. It's not. It's a nice car. I mean, really, it is a nice car. Even filthy, it's still a nice car. But just my personal opinion, and you can shoot me if you want to, this is not what I would call a luxury car. So I'm going to park right here. Let's put it in park. And where's the windshield wipers? Your headlights are right here, by the way. Auto on and off. And cruise control wipers. Here we go. Can we clean this up a little bit? Let's see. It's pretty dirty. Windshield wipers work. Air conditioning is ice cold. Man, this is a great deal so far, guys. Let's go out here and check. Let's check this tire. It says it's got 13 PSI. I don't think that's accurate. I think the sensor may be off. Let's Let's walk around and look at the other side. They all look good. Well, just to be safe, I don't want to risk driving on low tire pressure. Let me go get my my inflator. We'll hook it up and we'll just make sure all the air pressure is adjusted properly. Looks like that light is working. That light is working. No fog lights, no running lights down there. Some of them have these really cool running lights. Listen to how good it runs though. It sounds awesome. All right, so I checked all the tires. They were all at 40. I aired them down to 35, which is where they're supposed to be. But I found the culprit, and it's this one right here. This one was at 13. It's now at 20. We got the Milwaukee out. The compact inflator with the 6.0 XC red lithium battery. This thing will be aired up in no time. And we'll be ready to take it for a ride. All right, looks like it's done at 35 PSI where it's supposed to be. And that means we can now take it for a ride. Let's turn this off. We'll go ahead and throw this in the car. There we go. And I should probably put a tag on it, but I'm not going to. We'll just roll like it is. Let me get buckled up and we'll take off. All right, you guys are gonna have to bear with this air conditioner. It is just so hot out here, guys. I mean, no joke, that's pretty close to what the temperature actually is. It's actually 104, so that's a tad bit off, but it's hot. And this car is just burning up inside, being dark color with black leather interior. It's a little warm. So let's go ahead and hop out here. Let's see, does it shift? Please shift. Yes, nice and smooth. And again, come on, shift. Yes, very nice. Steering wheel is straight, no vibrations. We're going about 45 miles an hour. Let's turn the cruise control on. Does it work? Yes, it does. Look at that. It actually rides great. I have never driven one of these Impalas before. This is my first time, my first experience driving the last generation Chevy Impala. And I had to have one with the V6. I just had to. I wanted to experience all the Hurst-purrs. Speed limit is 65. What do you say we give it a little bit of throttle? Oh yeah, wow, yeah. Okay. And we'll set the cruise, 66 miles an hour. Smooth as butter. You know what? I was wrong. This is a luxury car. This drives better than my S550. Are you kidding me? Oh man, and for a fraction of the cost? Oh, all day. All day. If you ask me right now, would I take the S550 that I just sold, which was a 2014, very comparable as far as year goes, my 2014 S550 or this 2016 Chevy Impala? I'll take the Impala all day, every day. And you probably think I'm joking, except I'm not. I'm honestly not joking. Now, I was joking when I said it's a luxury car. That's open for debate, I suppose. It's got a lot of things that you'd expect in a luxury car, I guess. Like some of the things that people talk about being luxurious, like it has leather. Almost everything's got leather nowadays, man. It's power windows, power locks, air conditioning. That's like all cars got that these days, man. It's got a LCD screen, yep, and almost every single car today has that as well. Which is why I think that a luxury car is more about the amenities that the car offers over the basic features that all modern cars come with. Power seats, whoop-de-doo. Come on, man, let's get real. Let's talk about the S550 for an example. I mean, I've had luxury cars, guys. Massaging seats. Oh yeah, let me tell you, it knew how to give a massage. I'd have married that car. If it wasn't so high maintenance, I would have married that car. Massaging seats, heated seats, cooled seats. That car would do anything you wanted it to, and it's 2 years older than this flagship Chevy Impala. This was Chevy's biggest family car, right? Remember that, it's a family car. This is not a luxury car. I don't care. I really don't care how you want to argue that. I just will never see this as a premium luxury car. But what I will say is I don't want anybody to make any mistake about this. I love the Impala. I've always loved the Chevy Impala. And this, I've never had one. I've never driven one. Never experienced one. This is a 2016. It's a little bit older. It's got 156, almost 157,000 miles on the odometer. The check engine light's on. This car runs, drives, rides absolutely great. Let's get into suspension since we're talking about luxury cars, right? Luxury. This car has regular coil suspensions. Nothing fancy. Whereas the S550, yeah, it was, I can't remember if it was Airmatic or if it was ABC, but either way, it's an adaptive suspension. Now, if GM had thrown MagneRide on this, I don't know, and massaging seats, and ambient lighting, and heated and cooled seats, which you could get these with heated and cooled seats, by the way. I don't think you could get ambient lighting nor massage, and I don't think they came with any type of adaptive suspension. But for what this car is, this is a value car. This is an American-made vehicle that is not super expensive to buy brand new. It's something that's affordable for the majority, for the masses, for most people that make a reasonable living wage. You could afford to buy this car and look good driving it and be able to enjoy the really nice, comfortable ride that this big boat offers. So we made it to the halfway point, and the fact is, when you buy these cars from online auctions halfway across the country and all you're going by are some pictures, you really never know what's going to show up in your driveway. All right, I have been very, very fortunate. I have picked some really, really good cars lately, and if you're wondering how I do it, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I wish I could say that this is a skill that I have, but it's not. I get feelings, and I really don't know how to explain it any better than that. I get feelings about cars. Some cars I see and I'm like, never. Not a chance that I would touch that with a 10-foot pole. And then there's other cars that I look at and I'm like, you know what, that's a good one. I can just tell that that's a good car. I don't know how. So is it a skill? Not really. Is it more of an instinct? Yes. I generally can pick some pretty good cars, especially when you're talking about cars on a budget. And that's what I love. I love being able to drive in something. Most people would not be able to look at this car and tell if this was a 2020, which was the last year GM produced the Chevy Impala, or if it's actually a high mileage 2016 Chevy Impala. Most people aren't going to know the difference, but I know the difference. The difference is I could have bought a 2020 Impala and spent $20,000+ on one, or I could get a 2016 that has almost everything I wanted, but I had to make a few sacrifices here and there, but I got it for a fraction of the cost. This is not a $20,000 car. This car, after you're talking about auction fees and shipping halfway across the country, the realistic number is probably around $7,000 to $7,300. I guarantee you it is no more than $7,300 for this car. And even though it's not perfect, none of my cars ever are. And I got news for you. I could go on ACV right now and I could buy one of these, buy it now, for 20 grand. Some of them are 25. If you want like a Premier model with super low miles, we're talking 20,000 miles, Premier trim level 2020. Oh yeah. Yeah, guys, you can easily spend $25,000 and you get all the options, all the features, but it's $25,000 versus $7,000. For me, I'll cut a few quarters. I'll clean it up myself, or I'll send it to Brian at the auto spa, pay him a little bit. He is very fairly priced, okay? The amount of work that him and his crew put into these cars, like, they treat each one the same. It doesn't matter if you bring him a Chevy Impala or if you bring him a Rolls Royce. Like, they give you the same level of respect and treatment regardless, and that's what I appreciate about the auto spa. It's not sponsored. He's not giving me a discount, and I'm not buttering him up to give me a discount on this. But Brian, hey, hook me up. No, I'm kidding. It's just a fact, man. They do great work, and if anybody can get the paint stains and the odor out of this car and make the paint look good again, it's going to be him. So I may send this to him, and yeah, it's going to cost me a little bit of money. He doesn't give me a discount. I don't get any special favors. I pay the same price everybody else does. I go back to him because it's the quality, continuity of service that he provides is just on par. So for my next trick, I suppose we'll turn this thing around. Oh, it helps if you put it in drive. I think I'm getting a contact high from being in this car. Good Lord. You'd think I'd be used to the smell in here by now, and I am not. It's pretty potent. If I get pulled over, and remember guys, this is lovely. I'm driving a car with no tags. So if I do get pulled over, it's gonna be interesting because the officer's gonna be like, "Sir, have you been smoking today?" "No, man, I just bought this car and I didn't put a license plate on, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry." All right, listen, it gets up to speed with no issue. It rides like a dream, and the tires aren't exactly the greatest condition. You know, they're a little worn down. They still have some life, and there's some off-brand tires, but I mean, I guarantee you put like a 70,000 mile touring tire on this car, which is, if this thing cleans up as good as I expect it to, and there's nothing seriously mechanically wrong, I mean, I know that there is a check engine light just glowing down there begging me to plug in my scan tool and find out what's wrong with it. And let's not forget, we haven't gotten it on the lift yet. Is there rust? It is a Northeastern car. There could definitely be some rust. We want to check the car out thoroughly before we go dumping money into it. But I would have no issue at this point, the way it runs and drives, fixing any minor mechanical issues that it might have to clear the check engine light, putting on a set of good touring tires, getting it detailed, cleaned, and ozoned so that it looks presentable and respectable again, and then of course going through the fluids, which in this car isn't much. We can do the transaxle ourselves, I believe. It should have a fill port on the top and a drain on the bottom. I think they were using slush boxes. I don't think these are like the old front wheel drive transmissions that had pans and filters. I really think these are just slush box transmissions. We should definitely do a service on it, change the oil in the oil filter, maybe replace the wiper blades, and maybe spark plugs. Check the air filter. Okay, basic maintenance. But of course, I also want to know, does it leak? Because if the thing's pouring oil or anything else out of it, then, you know, I don't know. Is this something I really want to go putting a bunch of money into, or should we just cut our losses? There's a lot of unknowns when you buy a car like this, and I don't know. I've got a hunch that this is a good one. And judging by the way it runs and drives, you know, a lot of people would have walked away from this car just because they saw paint on the inside. You can see trash all over it. A lot of people would have avoided this car just because it looks like something that was probably abused, and it was probably not going to be a good vehicle. But look at us. We are on the road. We're doing 60 miles an hour, smooth as silk, and we're well on our way to our 10-mile test drive finale. So the question now is, which one do I love more? I've got two cars that I really, really love. And don't get me wrong, I also love that Audi S4. That car is a blast. But I'm really loving the American car content that I'm bringing to you guys right now. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I'm really loving it because if, let's say, an engine blows up on this car, or the cop car. Now that cop car is going to be an expensive motor because it's a twin turbo 3.5. But still, what's the price on a used, let's say a used engine? Let's go the used route. Find a low mileage engine. What, 4,000-ish? If the engine blows up in this one, I'm probably looking about the same. I don't know, $4,000, $3,000 for a motor? Is it expensive? Sure. Let's say the motor blows up in the Audi S4. What does that cost? I don't even know. I don't even know how many V8 Audis are still around to get parts for. That's another issue, parts availability. If I need parts for the S4, I could find myself in a predicament. It could be a problem trying to get parts for that thing. However, finding parts for a Chevy Impala? That's not a problem, man. A dime a dozen. Finding parts for a Ford Taurus? Again, not a problem. A dime a dozen. So at the end of the day, I'm kind of preferring the American cars right now. And like I said, this is my first time driving the last generation of the Chevy Impala. I was so mad when they killed it off. It's so sad to see a beautiful, big, full-size boat like this die. So which one do I like more? The Ford Taurus Police Interceptor or the Chevy Impala? I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know. I'm not sure that I could pick, even if you paid me to make a decision and pick one. If you told me right now, get rid of one of them and I'll give you $1,000, I don't know which one I'd get rid of. The Police Interceptor, I feel like, is a little bit more powerful than this. I don't know what the horsepower numbers are on this, but I think on that twin turbo, it's something like 365 horsepower and somewhere right around the same torque specs, maybe 400 foot-pounds of torque. It's all-wheel drive. It is super comfortable, really, really nice. But this car is much more refined. That's a police car. It's a purpose-built car. You know, it's got a stiffer suspension, but it handles corners like you wouldn't believe. This car kind of just floats. You know, this is very comfortable. It's quiet. It's refined. Even though I don't consider it a luxury car, it is a very, very nice ride. The police car gets right around 20 miles a gallon on average for me, 19 to 20. I couldn't tell you what the fuel economy would be on something like, oh, wow. Well, I can tell you that on the screen there, over the last 37,094 miles, this car has averaged 25.8 miles a gallon. Ooh, what? 25.8? Okay, man. That was not expected. 25.8. Okay, well, I mean, it gets way better gas mileage than the police car, but here's the thing, the police car is so aggressive looking. I love driving that car on the road, and you can see people getting paranoid when you're behind them. They get real paranoid. They start tapping on the brakes. They start accidentally swerving, you know, and then they correct, and they're looking in the rearview mirror to see if you caught them. It's so much fun just to drive that car. This car does not have that. So I guess for now, my honest opinion is I could not pick one over the other. I think they're both great cars, and I really like them both. Well, I just went through all the settings, connected my Bluetooth, got it set up on the Beatles for now. I gotta set some of my favorites and everything, but everything seems to work fine on this. Make sure the doors are unlocked. It's nice that it came with 2 key fobs too. It's a shame there is no remote start though, but I also checked in the settings here, and you've got remote unlock and lock, all the settings for that, but there is no remote start under those settings. So yeah, looks like this car just didn't come with it. I don't know what it would take to get remote start added, if they even can, but that's something like, if it's not ridiculously expensive, I would actually really prefer to go to the dealer and have them program remote start into it and then get the new key fobs, or a new key fob for it. So I just wanted to check. We just got back. It sounds fine. Brake fluid, a little low, so it may need brake pads at some point, but the brakes feel great. No pulsing, no vibrating. There's your coolant right there. It's full. Looking down here, I don't see anything abnormal. No smoke, no funny smells. There's your transmission fill right there. And under here is your battery, and this is an AGM, so somebody spent some money on this battery. That's a die-hard platinum AGM battery right there. Only nerds like me get excited over a battery, you know. I'm really excited that it's got an AGM battery. Valve cover gaskets don't look like they're leaking. Nice pressure on the cooling system. What more do you want, man? Yeah, I feel very fortunate. I turned on the lights just so I could double check and make sure we've got lights, and we do. Side marker, headlight, and turn signal. Turn signal, headlight, side marker. Love the projection lights. They look really, really clean on this car. I just love the body. I love this fender flare. Kind of a throwback, right? Lights back here appear to all work. Same thing here. And do we have license plate lights? We do, both of them. No kidding. Yeah. That'll have to be addressed for sure, as will everything else in this car. You know, I got it cheap for a reason. I think it's something we can handle. We'll definitely come back in another video. I was debating driving this home, but I have my fiance with me and my stepson. You know, this car is not ready. Mechanically, I think it's fine, but you know, all of that and yeah, it's I gotta at least get it cleaned up a little bit. Don't worry, we're gonna come back in another video. We're gonna clean the car out and we'll see what we find in it, guys. I'll do that with you. I think that'll be a fun video to see what all we find in this car when we're cleaning it up. We'll also hook up the scanner and we'll find out why we have a check engine light on. We're gonna cross our fingers that it's, you know, something stupidly simple and easy and cheap to fix, because the car runs great, so, and it drives great, so I feel like it shouldn't be anything too serious, but again, we don't know until we try it out. I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, move this car out of the way because I'm going to drive the police car back home. I don't really know where to put this. I don't want to put it way over on the other side. I wish my cop car wasn't in the way. I'd actually kind of like to put it right where the police car is, but I guess this'll have to do for now. We'll park it over here in the grass, and when I move the cop car out of the way, then we can put the Impala where it belongs. Let's see, does this key fob work? Yeah. And this one works too? Yeah, man, golly. Oh, headlights, I know. There we go. It's a nice, reasonably sized car that I feel I got at a really good price. But there's going to be some of you that'll differ, and that's fine. Your opinion's going to differ, that's for sure. Comment below and tell me what you think. Do you think this was a good deal for, let's call it 70, let's say maximum, $7,300 out the door, all in? I'm talking delivered to my front door, $7,300. Was that a good deal, or do you think it was way too much? And which car do you like better? I'm very curious what you guys think. Look at them side by side. Obviously, the Impala definitely looks bigger. Definitely looks bigger than the police car. Yeah, I think the Impala is bigger, but man, the police car has just got, well, that's not helping your case any. I'm telling you, the police car just looks so mean. It's menacing. It's also filthy. But look at the room back there. And then come right over here and look at the room back here. What do you think? They may be about the same, actually. This car, for some reason, just looks bigger. Anyway, I think we're going to end the video there. Definitely drop your comments below and tell me if you think I got a good deal, an average deal, or a bad deal, and which car do you like better, the Impala or the, I almost called it a Crown Vic, the Ford Taurus. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch my videos. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoy the content, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel. We've got, as you can see, a lot of cars, and I'm not done yet. Remember the Ford Taurus SHO? The 1999, the last generation of the V8 front-wheel drive Tauruses? Yeah, that's supposed to be here tomorrow. For me, not for you. For me, that's supposed to be here tomorrow. Again, sight unseen from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I don't know what to expect, and I'm really excited. It's been a month. The car disappeared. It went missing. Then it was found, and then nobody would deliver it, and then they were picking it up, but then they wouldn't pick it up, and finally, after a lot of screaming and yelling, it's on its way, and it should be here tomorrow, which means new content for next weekend. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.